welcome back to Behind the Blues. I am Oda Lindgreen, and over here we have Maddie Fang. Woo! Woo! With us today we have Maxine Strongman, Di Burns, and Christopher Bacon. Woo!
My God.
Oh my god,
Oh my god, we are so honored.
we have 3 guests today.
Who would have thought?
Gonna need
This
more
was
space soon.
thoroughly planned. Definitely not last minute.
Mm-mm. Not best Maddie and Oda style. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I knew like 6 weeks ahead of time, had a written contract, the whole works. It's crazy.
But you're getting paid?
No, they wanted me to pay them.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Joe
Peter
Hogan
wanted
cancelled
a
on me last
million.
minute.
Same.
Peter wanted $1 million to participate. We didn't really have that in the budget.
That makes sense, honestly.
Just give him 1 million fish.
It's a lot of fucking fish, man.
Yeah, that is
Yeah,
quite
that
a lot of
is-
fish.
That's like a ton. Tons?
Wait, can I swear?
Of course you
Yes.
can.
Okay, wonderful.
Alrighty. Starting from Maxine, introduce yourself.
My name is Maxine Strongman, but you may call me Max. I am a solo cadet in the LSPD, soon to be officer. That me.
Ooh, we love Maxine.
We are Maxine stands here.
Yup. All right,
Next.
Di.
Oh, hey, I'm Di Burns, Sergeant of the LSPD. Badge number 121, state ID 20290. I'm an Air 1 enthusiast, and I love fucking tow trucking. And that's
Woo.
me.
You love fucking tow trucks. Bit questionable, big man. I mean, we don't kink shame, but that's a bit questionable.
Hey, give me a tow job, I'll do it.
Yeah,
no
valid.
judgment
Valid.
here.
But can you wait with the tow job until you're done with the podcast, maybe? And you
Yeah.
could give him all the tow jobs you want.
Yeah, we ain't giving out feet for free on this podcast.
Yeah.
One day I
gotta pay
did
for
10
those.
tow jobs.
10? That's more than
Oh my
9.
God. That
That's
is
one
more
for
than
each
9.
piggy.
It's a full set.
A full set of tow jobs. Damn, that's crazy. That's good work, honestly.
Were you tired afterwards?
Oh my
That
God.
is actually a good question.
I feel like my thighs would be burning.
I was winched out. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Hello, I'm Chris Bacon. I'm a senior officer in the LSPD. A lot of people call me Patricia or Crispy. That me.
Patricia.
Yep, it's my middle name.
Why do they call you Crispy?
Because my first name's Chris and my initial is P. Kind of makes sense. And I blow myself up on motor a lot.
Nice.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense for the lack of brain cells.
What a beautiful introduction of yourself.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
Well, how long have you guys been in the city? And what was your first day like? If you remember.
I've been in the city for, I don't know, like 6-7 months, I think. My first day, I worked at Senior Buns for like 4
Oh.
hours. And I got stabbed 5 times and then decided that it was time for me to just go get my job back in PD. It's kind of how it went.
For me,
Oh.
I've been like 4 or 5 months, I think now. I walked straight into the doors of MRPD and I got my old job back from years ago.
Oh, okay.
I've never looked back since, and I'm slowly turning into a robot.
No.
Same
Robo
traffic.
die.
Long arm of the law.
What about you, Max?
I've been here for about 2 months. Came here to try to make a difference, and yeah, pretty much as soon as I could, joined the PD, and been grinding ever since. Oh, in terms of what happened when I first came to the city, not much. Oh wait, no, I did get harassed by a pretty significant gang across town to stop doing the news, so that was the thing.
Wait, which gang?
It's not here.
Yeah, not here.
Yeah, so we have like ties in both counties, not just this
Oh,
one.
true.
So Yeah, because we'll all patrol over the other side every now and again, and yeah, go say hello to people over there.
How is that for you guys? How do you feel about it?
I don't mind. The main thing for me, really, that is kind of difficult with it is just having financial stability in both sides.
Yeah.
It causes some issues for us with like repair costs and all that kind of stuff, but we get a lot of it reimbursed anyway, so it's not that bad. But apart from that, it's not that bad. I mean, I like people in both counties. I don't really have any issues with either side, to be honest. I'm
Yeah.
relatively easygoing with most people, so I'm kind of chill.
Same.
I feel like the times that I have patrolled in the other county, that it has been fun to meet people you don't interact with on a daily basis. So you have other conversations and you experience different things, which I kind of like.
Yeah, I agree. It breaks up the monotony a little bit of just seeing the same people every single day and having the same kind of interactions with people every day and all that kind of stuff. You can get a little bit of a fresher take on your day.
Yeah, definitely. The only thing I need when I'm over there is Maddie.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I have
Aw.
a passport over there, but I don't fly over there. Maybe I should.
I
Yeah,
think it's
I
worth
like
it.
I like this. I like how it's like subtle. I feel like the changes are subtle. The differences are subtle sometimes. If you spend enough time, I mean, there's obviously like super obvious like contrast, but in general, it just feels like a slightly different vibe.
Okay. I do want to check it out. So, do you want to see how the other clerks operate? I want to see what the culture over there is like, the dynamics. It'll be fun.
Oh yeah,
What
the
about
business associations. Oh, sorry.
No, you go ahead, Max.
Oh, I was just gonna say the business associations between the two counties is really interesting.
How so? Is it like how different are they?
Just different. Just different business types, different people organizing in different ways. I think that's really fascinating how each county organizes differently. And in terms of the civilian populace.
Yeah, well, I mean, they got stuff like Mandem Motors over there and stuff, don't they? Or Manor Motors or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
They've got like their own website and all sorts of shit for
Yeah.
for car sales
Oh.
and stuff, which is pretty cool.
Or
I haven't seen anyone doing that kind of stuff over
It's
here
like
yet.
old autos.
Yeah,
or like SAS is like this entire organization in terms of making sure that people get materials from sanitation, and I think it generally keeps the economy a little bit better than over here.
they have a lot less issue with car parts and stuff over there for sure, because of that.
Must be nice.
Yeah, honestly.
What about you, Maddie, as dispatch? Are you supposed to be dispatch in the other county too, or can you only do it here?
I can do both, but I don't think it's as strict for dispatch. Not that I'm aware of.
Wait, when did you become dispatch?
That is a good question. It's been
Over a week.
Over a week, yeah. I've done three different sessions.
Oh yeah, congratulations! I didn't know that.
Thank you. But yeah, I think because every time when Harry was lead dispatch or is still lead dispatch, but Bishop's kind of taking over for a bit. They would
I
just
love
ask
Bishop.
me. They would just ask me like which side I would prefer. And I was like, oh, I would always say this side, but I am allowed to fly over if I wanted to.
I wonder if it will get to the same point as it does with us, where we have to balance. So, like, if there's someone doing dispatch in this county, you have to go to the other county to do dispatch over there or something, you know.
Once you're fully trained, yeah.
Yeah, it might end up that way. Because that's how, like, PD operates, is just based on numbers, depending on which county we go to.
Maybe
Well-
it is still early stages because dispatch is just restarting.
I love dispatch so much. I think
Yeah,
it was
honestly.
Bishop that I've had as dispatch, and it's like I don't know how to describe it. It's just like a little fairy godmother that kind of like helps the shift feel a little more pleasant.
Yeah, oh god, it's really fucking useful for us. Like, really, really
Yeah.
useful.
It stops being people being locked up in MRPD because they can push calls and stuff.
I need to be on duty with Bishop more. I need to see how he does it. I've just been winging it.
Winging it's
You've
fine.
been
That's what I
doing a
do
good
on,
job.
on a daily basis. I just wing it. It's fine.
True.
Yeah.
But I want to
Yeah,
know
so-
what a good job looks like.
Maddie,
And
you
also-
are doing a good job.
Yeah, you're like low-key a goddess, honestly, Maddie.
Moving on.
My God.
So
Maddie's one of those people who's good at everything. I love her, but I kind of hate her sometimes.
what?
Eh, that's a good compliment, honestly.
I'm detecting some jealousy.
Yeah, a little bit.
All the jealousy. I mean, look at her.
You take that back right now.
I won't.
Oh my God, the tension.
Who's got a
You
knife?
can cut it with a knife.
Oh, oh
There's one on the table.
On the cheese
my
board.
God.
Yep.
Oh, so do you guys have any memorable arrest or funniest arrest that you can talk about?
That's a good ass question.
My first traffic stop was insane. Like, so when you're starting off as a cadet with an FTO training you, you have to do a traffic stop to prove that you like understand how to do it. And I was so nervous to pull someone over because I was across town, and I actually spent more time over here than over there, and so I didn't really understand like the gang dynamics, and like I was just so nervous to pull over the wrong person who's gonna just blast us. And we saw this like yellow car smash into another car, and McAllister, my FTO, was just like, "Yeah, full send it. Like that's hit and run. Like do it." I'm like, "Okay." So we go pull him over, and we pull him over into this like really dangerous gang territory. I didn't know that was the case. And the guy we pulled over was also in a dangerous gang. And so I'm just sitting there like nervous about just doing the traffic stop in general. And McAllister, I guess he knew that we were like in danger, so he just sat on the sidewalk and watched it happen. And so as I'm sitting there trying to get this guy to talk, his boy rolls up and's like, "Is this gonna be long?" And I'm like, I'm new, I'm just trying my best." And then all of a sudden from the gas station, it was in Little Seoul, this entire gang rolls up on us and just like, "Oh, you doing a traffic stop? Here, I'll show you how it's done." And they just took it over and they literally taught me how to do a traffic stop. And once again, McAllister was just sitting there on the sidewalk, like watching, and I thought we were just vibing. Like I was vibing with it. I thought we were vibing. He knew we were in danger. And by the end of it, the people who had trained me on the traffic stop, this gang, said, "We can turn this into 78s if you want," which is emergency backup. And then at that point, McAllister's like, "Get in the car, we have to go."
Oh,
Yeah.
There's
oh that was
always to
nice
it.
of them.
We do get good interactions like that, like as
Yeah.
cops. It's not all bad. Like there is some bad, obviously, but there is a lot of good stuff as well.
Yeah, like
Like
the
I-
officer involved shootings and stuff can be quite tense and strenuous on some people. A funny instance happened where we were getting shot outside MLPD, and one of the suspects rolled up onto the bridge, attempted to get an angle on us on the bridge, and accidentally jumped over the ledge. So I watched him plummet to his incapacitation on radio, going, "Oh fuck."
That's good work. I think one of the most entertaining things I've ever chased is like a JCB, like a digger thing. And bro was just flipping cop cars with the bucket on the front of it consistently. We couldn't spike it because it had tracks, and it was like an hour long situation before the truck
Bulldozer, that's
eventually ran
great.
out of fuel. And then he just gave up. He was like, "Yeah, I'm good," and then just gave up. But yeah, he was like frisbeeing PD cars all over the place. There was people swapping into like Caracaras and Scouts to try and like box it, and it just was not working. We couldn't do anything about it really, but it was funny. It was just an entertaining time.
That would be
Also,
kinda sight to see.
forklifts are annoying as well because people lift up like PD cars on forklifts and then just drive
Wait,
around
you
with
can
them.
actually use the forklifts?
Yeah, you can.
Oh.
So yeah, someone effectively took them hostage, but not really. Just like picked up their car with them in it and just drove around with them. It was good fun. It was good fun to chase it.
I feel like most chases I have been a part of are mainly fun. And when people notice, at least when I chase them and we're not a lot of people on duty, some people are nice and try to wait and turn around if they notice that I lost them. just to help me train a bit, be a better driver.
Yeah.
I appreciate it though.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. There's a lot of good people in the city that will do stuff like that. Like, it's a lot of respect for respect sort of stuff. So, like,
Mm-hmm.
myself, Burns, Pete, and like the other chain of command people, we very much push that mentality of like, if people are willing to have fun with us and kind of mess around a little bit, then we'll be a lot more jovial and kind of fun with situations for them as well. Like, you give what you get, kind of thing, you know. So I personally love having fun with people. Like the Legacy guys, I get on with quite well, and we'll mess around with them quite a lot. Same with a lot of the other gangs in the city. I don't tend to have that many issues, but yeah, it makes chases more fun for everyone. I feel if we can enjoy time around each other, even if it is on different sides of the situation.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, if we didn't exist, everyone would be bored.
It
Yeah.
is true.
Yeah, as
Yup,
much as
when
people
there's
don't like getting caught.
yeah, true. But when there's no officers on duty, people like, where's the officers? Why is there no PD around?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then when PD does show, like, why are PD here?
Yeah,
And like, what do
Yeah.
you guys want?
yeah,
So
we can't
lose,
win.
lose.
Yeah, we can't win with it, but it's like we just make the best out of what we can, you know. Like the people that give us a lot of runtime on different things and will help out, like Oda said, with like helping out with cadets and stuff. We give them a lot more slack than we do people that just do really dumb stuff that does end up with us having to escalate. But we tend not to try to as much as we can.
Yeah, I've been telling people recently it's respect is earned, not given.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that goes for the same for us. If one of us is being dumb and disrespectful, then they kind of have it come into them.
Yeah, as much as we can't say that when we're on duty, it very much is like that, you know. It's like if I see someone just screaming insults towards a criminal, especially some of the more violent groups, I'm like, you are going to get shot, and it is going to be your fault. Like, like you can't say it obviously in the moment. You have to try and back them on it, and then we deal with it afterwards. But there's times that people definitely push their luck with the wrong groups.
Yeah, these two are more experienced, but I can definitely speak for myself on like losing my cool in ways I probably shouldn't. Usually when like it's just me and a few people on duty and we're having to deal with some annoying people who, under certain circumstances, it might be kind of like fun, but with only three of us like involved in like a chase with like three or four other cars, it feels like we're getting bullied, and sometimes you just gotta have to gauge the situation properly and react accordingly. It's been one of the hardest things for me to learn because we learn like we have a lot of rules as cops, but you also have to kind of read the room on certain situations and yeah, not escalate.
Obviously, allegedly, I can tell who most people are from like how they sound. Like I know enough of the guys that are kicking around now doing some of the laundromats, cash exchanges, boosts, all that kind of stuff that I know who I'm talking to, even if they are masked up and stuff. So I tend to know which groups I can kind of play with a little bit more, and you kind of just got to learn to read the room a little bit. But it makes certain situations a lot more fun. Like I've had boosts where it's been like a grime van or something, and I'll get them to drive to MRPD so all the cops can change to Crown Vics rather than being in Tauruses, and then we carry on. Like it's things like that you can get away with certain officers that are on duty.
Yeah, I feel like also if you don't know them, just if you try to be a little jovial, kind of break the ice. That's a good way to kind
Mhm.
of gauge where the situation's going to end up going.
Yeah, for sure. It's like a put your best foot forward sort of thing.
Yeah.
Why do you think that? Because when I told people that I wanted to join PD, people were often like, "No, please don't. They're only W chases. They don't want to have fun." Why do you think people might have those thoughts about PD?
Probably from their own inexperience, I would say. A lot of the criminals starting out don't really know what they're doing and how to behave with PD, so they tend to do stupid stuff to us, and that's when it kind of escalates both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like that's just from an inexperience from them, and then obviously experience from us. we're just going to deal with the situation and nullify it. We will tell them in the cells, like, hey, if you didn't do this, it would have gone a lot better. So it's like a back and forth swing sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like it's a really weird scenario to like have a criminal in the cell and you're sitting there trying to essentially explain to them how to do crime better, but not tell them how to do crime better
Yeah.
because it's like, well, you fucked up this way because you're acting this way, so maybe don't do that next time.
Hey, don't pit my officers at 130 mile an hour and you wouldn't get shot.
You're
Yeah, I think it is just like Burns says, it's just people's inexperience with PD, or they have one bad experience with PD and they kind of brand everyone with the same kind of
100%.
relationship.
I think that happens a lot.
Yeah. So like
Yeah.
I think I would say for the most part, I don't think I have that many negative interactions with people on the other side of the fence. But I know there are officers that do have quite a lot of negative interactions with other people based off of like maybe one bad decision they've made, and then everyone instantly just targets them for various different reasons. But it's kind of difficult for us to push a different image of the PD because not everyone is necessarily going to follow it, or not everyone's going to be on the same page with it. It literally can take one mistake to undo like a week's worth of work for us trying to repair an image, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
At the end of the day, we're officers. We signed up. We know we're going to get flack. We should expect it. And we just kind of brush it off. We just move on, like carry on with our jobs, carry on with our day. Try not to dwell on it.
yeah, and we have good colleagues who are good to talk to. If something is really annoying and you need to vent, there's always someone to talk to.
Yep. That's one of the big things that we try and push is like just come back to MLPD, just talk to the other officers about it, have a vent about it, and then go back out fresh like it's your first time out again. It's the easiest way for us to deal with it. We deal with like 40 to 50 situations every day minimum. So like you got a lot of opportunity to have a better interaction on the next one. But yeah, I think it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of experience to get to the point where you can just kind of shake it off and just carry on with your day. But I think everyone will get there. We just try and push like the best example of it as we can.
Yeah, and I think most officers are doing a good job at that.
I would say so. I'd say across the board, pretty much now we're in a better place than we were.
That's all one can ask for.
Yeah, exactly, man. But it starts literally with people on cadet phase. Like as soon as people start in PD, they should be getting taught those values and those like really basic principles that not all of us necessarily got taught at the time that we were going through training. Like I was taught in a very different way to how we teach cadets now. I'd assume Burns probably was as well. But we try and kind of evolve and like do things in a different way to make things better for everyone, criminals and cops.
I, for one, can say that I have enjoyed my training a lot. Even from the academies, going out together, all of the cadets, or yeah, going out on duty with an FTO. I've been with a lot of different people on duty, and I feel like everyone brings something different and shows you a different perspective. But everyone tries to, I don't know how to explain it, like really explain how important it is to be a good officer, not be a dickhead.
Yeah. I would rather personally people go out and lose 10 out of 10 criminals that they try and chase than go out there and catch every single one of them. Because I think if they're catching every single one of them, there's something they're doing which is making things very unfun for one side,
Yeah.
which is not what we're aiming to do. Like, I don't care if I catch one person in a shift. I could care less. Like, I think it's one of those things where people on like all the criminals and stuff seem to think that we have a problem when we lose people. Honestly, for me, I don't. As long as I have fun through the whole interaction of it and it's an entertaining chase, it's not anything stupid. Like, I'm more than happy for people to go. Like, I know it kind of goes against what our job is, but I'd rather personally be able to wake up every single day and have fun every single day than catch 22 criminals a shift.
Yeah, as much as people say that cops are W chasers, like we eat the L, like I feel like a good 90% of the time. And
Yeah.
and I mean that like if cops are going to just open up and actually do what we were truly capable of, it would be a very different vibe in the city.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like
100%.
we're often very lenient and give people an opportunity to either surrender or when they. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we were being very fair.
Yeah, it's a lot based around the people that are behind the badges as well. Like a lot of us could go letter of our SOPs and things would be a lot less entertaining for everyone, but it's based around the officer's discretion and like their experience with different groups and how interactions have been had for them before and in certain situations, and we can flex around stuff. I gave
Yeah.
the example of it being like Pirates of the Caribbean, where it's like the Pirates Code is like a guideline. It's kind of how I view SOPs for the most part. Obviously, there is things that we have to hard stick to, but I try to give people a bit of slack wherever I can.
And I think that's a good thing. I think that helps create a good atmosphere.
Yeah, I think it's the reason why I don't tend to get randomly shot. To be honest, like there's a lot of cops that will get randomly shot here and there because they've had a bad interaction with a group once, but I haven't had that happen to me for quite a long time now.
I used
That
to,
would really
Multiple court
suck.
cases against you.
yeah,
Yeah.
then
Oh.
slowly dwindling. I used to get a lot of people drive up to me and be like, "Oh yeah, let's roll up on this one," and they go, "Hey, who's this?" And they go, "All right, never mind," and they just drive off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had friends go like, "Oh wait, is that Die? I like Die."
Yeah, I try. I'm very amicable with people.
Yeah, I think I'm hearing more and more good things about the cops that are around, especially in our shift. Like, I don't really get feedback from the other shifts that much because I'm not involved, but the cops that we've got around in EU now, I'm getting more and more confident in the fact that all of them are upholding the same kind of principles as the chain of command does. So, like me, Di, Pete, Ty, Riggs, like all of us kind of uphold the same sort of vibe whenever we're on duty. And I think people are trying to stick to that as well as they can now and kind of going along with it.
Which is good because when criminals interact with you, they know they can, I guess, play around and test the waters, see how that situation can play out. But they also know, you guys are gonna do your job. If you arrest them, then you did your job right. But it's not an unpleasant experience for them.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of fuck around and find out sometimes though when people are trying to find their feet in the city, especially the criminal
Oh, yeah.
organizations and stuff.
Yeah.
They will find out if they fuck around too much, but we try to not do that as much as we can. We don't like throwing our weight around. We can do it, but we don't like doing it.
It's a last ditch effort for us.
Yeah, 100%. It's like Max said, we can do a lot of stuff that we don't do. And Burns, I'm sure, would attest to the same thing. Like we hold off on a lot of different routes that we can go down if we really wanted to, but we let people have some fun with it. Try and get criminals to learn the best ways to interact with us, and then push things forward from there.
That being said, there is no greater feeling than righteous fury against less savory individuals who come into the city and probably aren't going to stick around for long.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes we're like trashmen, we're like janitors, and in those situations, it's kind of it's a nice release. Sometimes, I'll be honest.
Yeah, they usually get their just desserts.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm gonna campaign to get DTF back. I think for the uninitiated, DTF is Danny Task Force. And it used to be a thing 5 years ago, and it was like a set group of officers that would go and deal with people
No way,
who were
really?
very
Oh,
fresh
no.
to the city, and
Oh,
Bro,
they,
yeah.
sign me up.
We'd get them eyebrows and everything.
yeah, like we'd take them to clothing stores, barber shops, the whole works. It was good. It was really good vibes. Like I think like the people who were new to the city and did enjoy it happening, but it was very much just like a pure meme sort of thing that we were doing. But I think it's a good way for people to be introduced to the PD in not necessarily a combative way, but just us kind of having fun with them a little bit and making
sort of
making some
community
jokes.
outreach.
Yeah, exactly. I love a bit of community outreach. I'll drive around gang blocks and go say hello sometimes and just shout at them to stop selling weed whilst I'm there saying hello.
I usually drive through, put my lights and sirens on, watch them all get in their car, and I'm not even chasing them.
Yeah, they do scatter pretty quick. They do scatter. Especially if it's one of our cars, like the Premiers and VSTRs and stuff, they tend to panic a little bit more.
Oh yeah, no one cares about the CVPI.
No. Well, it's normally if there's one of the like senior plus cars that people know about driving down their block, it normally is followed by other ones. So when we do it, when it's just us, it's kind of less. It is more entertaining for us because you see people run quicker. I don't know, Maddie, from your perspective, then, as someone who's not in PD, how do you view like interactions you've had with cops? Have you ever had a bad experience with an officer, or not really?
No, the only interactions I've had were traffic stops. My first one was I ran a red light because I was taking our good old fish Andy to the hospital. So he was down, so it was kind of an emergency, and I still got stopped. And whilst I was interacting with the officer, you know, Andy was still in the back of the truck, incapacitated. We were just right
That's a good
around the
point.
corner of the hospital. I'm like, can this not happen after we get him treated? But yeah, I just got let off with a warning. So, but the officers were nice, you know. Wasn't negative. I think
Well,
I had
that's good.
another interaction, which was also a traffic stop. Again, I was doing sanitation.
Such a grinder.
I mean, I
That
had
is
to.
Maddie for you.
I had to. But
Before
I
she
have.
was reformed.
Out here grinding
Yeah.
traffic stops.
Craziness. Craziness.
I know. But no, I haven't had any negative interactions because I don't do anything crazy, and it's only been traffic stops, so you know, pretty chill.
Yeah. I think the most common ones that we get that go bad is like the higher pressure stuff for the criminals. So like the things they've spent more time getting prepped up for, and there's a lot more pressure on them, a lot more money involved. So I kind of get it in some of the situations, obviously, but I don't know. It's kind of difficult for us to gauge at times as to what goes into it because we don't get the information of how much time and effort has gone into setting stuff up. So I feel like if people like were more like open to speaking to us about stuff at times and like giving us some information, I'm not asking for all of it, obviously. I feel like we'd be able to like meter our response a little bit more and make sure that we're not like killing off a situation that's they've taken, I don't know, 2 weeks to set up.
Like a grand getaway plan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
On the flip side, there was an incident. I cannot remember where it stemmed from, but it ended with a shooting because it was just literally a couple, and we got the girl, and the boy did not want the girl to be imprisoned, and he opened fire on us out of love. Like sometimes you just don't know.
Did he like scream as he was shooting his gun like he was in Point Break or something?
Yeah, he did a Keanu Reeves fucking shooting
Yeah.
the sky.
Oh god.
Yeah. That's an old man reference. I apologize. It's my bad.
Oh, love makes you do crazy things.
I would have died of shame if I was her.
Well, the best part is when he fired at us, he fired at her because she was
Oh.
in the car we were sitting
My
on.
God.
Oh.
Are you sure this
That
wasn't
just
him
makes
being
it
like,
even
finally,
worse.
I've got a way out?
Oh my god! No,
You
she
never
Use
know.
that as a
swoon-
scapegoat.
She was swooning the entire time. She was just like, "Oh my baby!" Like it was.
No.
Yes, it was a thing. Some Bonnie and Clyde shit.
Oh my God, you
Damn.
did that for me.
You shot me, but that was so romantic.
Fucking natural born killers out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Such a beautiful love.
I mean, what happened with that situation? Did you get both of them?
Yeah, no, we iced his ass because he was
Oh
being
my
reckless
God.
and he was being reckless and stupid. And then she was mad because we shot him down. It was a whole thing.
Iced his
Oh,
ass goes
justified.
crazy, by the way.
Yeah. We'll just
That
stand there
goes
and get shot by your partner and just take all the bullets from him.
And I feel like people think that's the easiest way out sometimes, and like it's just not. It's just not. There's way more ways you can do things that you won't get shot for to try and get someone who's in cuffs. We've had it happen millions of times.
Bro, just leaking all the secrets over here.
Nah. I'm not gonna tell them how, but there's ways.
I was just about to ask, can you explain further on that? Well, we don't want that.
I mean,
But
like,
I'm curious.
like the simple things, even like just pulling up with like 3 or 4 people, just tackling some officers, getting someone in a car, and then all leaving. Like, if you're all in separate vehicles and stuff, 9 times out of 10, we're not going to catch every single one of you. Like,
Yeah, people just want to shoot their guns. I mean, that's what it comes down
They
to.
are very trigger
Yeah.
happy.
they do be, but it's okay. It kind of comes with the territory, I guess. We're all
Yep.
very aware of the fact that we will get shot.
Yep.
It's okay though. It happens. It happens to the best of us.
I really don't like the shooting part of the job.
Honestly, I don't either. Like, even though I'm in like TRT and stuff where it is more like high pressure situation focused, it's still not something in the job that I necessarily like getting to. I would rather us be able to diffuse stuff and deal with things in other ways rather than just shooting off for it.
Same.
Yep, let's talk about it.
That's why we have all the limits and stuff in place and all the SOPs that lead us away from it. And then things like the Tony Parker case that got a case law, that kind of stuff comes around because of officers abiding by the limits, and it's the only way things change sometimes. So I was talking to someone about body armor the other day. Like, in a shootout, if we take body armor, can they have it back? It's like, well, technically it's used in the commission of a crime, so kind of not, but you kind of can at the same time because we have no charge for it. So it's weird grey area stuff like that sometimes even officers will advise people to take it to court because then it changes. We get clarity, they get clarity.
Yeah, people definitely need to take more advantage of the justice system.
100%.
Because
Yeah, we're working on it. We're getting more lawyers.
yeah, I mean, lawyers sometimes can be annoying as fuck, but I like the judges. The judges seem to be pretty fair from what I've seen so far.
Yeah, there have been some difficult lawyers in the time I've been around. Like, even 5 years ago, there was some difficult lawyers kicking around. But I don't know. I enjoy the fact that we are held accountable for things that we do, and stuff that we do has to be done correctly. Otherwise, we can just get fucked over in court for it. It means that we have to make sure we're doing our job right. I am still yet to be taken to court for something I've done, so I'm waiting for the day.
Well, hopefully that doesn't come.
I mean, I hope not. I hope I'm doing my job right to the point that it's never going to happen. I just want the experience more than anything. I still haven't had it.
Yeah, court is really fun. I like court a lot.
I've been there in
It's like-
support a couple of times, but never had like a case that I am the primary officer for.
Not even as a bench trial?
Nothing.
Damn. Yeah, I got real lucky in like my first week. I had like 2 or 3 bench trials, and it's been pretty chill since then.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be nice to be less experienced. So I did make a mistake to go to court. I feel like I feel like I just need to like not be experienced for a week. Just make some mistakes. What do you reckon, Burns? Do you reckon I get away with that?
Be reckless.
Yeah,
You probably wouldn't.
yeah, it's valid.
Just get demoted to a cadet. Start over. Fuck it.
True. I was already like one of the longest running solo cadets that LSPD's ever had, so I don't need that again.
How long were you a solo cadet?
Like 7 months.
What?
Why?
I just didn't sort out my final when I was a cadet way back, and was just a solo cadet for ages. And I went
Sort
through
out as in scheduling or passing?
yeah, basically
Oh.
just the scheduling side of it. I just never really set it up with anyone, so I was just kind of chilling about doing my thing as a cadet.
Wait, no one pushed you?
Yeah, I got pushed at the end. That's why it ended up stopping.
Oh.
Because they were all like, "Yo, you need to be an officer now, or you're gonna get fired." And I was like, "Okay, I'll do my final then." Then did my final in like 3.5 hours or something. It wasn't even that long.
My final is on Thursday.
Who are you doing it with?
Jinx.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not around for your one.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, you'll be alright. You know what you're doing. It's just a do your
She's
job
gonna
assessment
pass.
anyway.
We're gonna come back next episode and Oda will be an officer.
Up. Big dubs.
Don't jinx it, Maddie.
No, well, Jinx is involved, but we're
Yeah,
not jinxing
literally
it.
jinx it. Yeah, no, we're jinxing it.
Hmm.
We
It's
gotta
gonna
figure-
be alright.
Yeah, you'll be fine. You're gonna pass.
Easy,
But we
easy.
should think about wrapping this episode up.
Yup. But it has been fun. Thank you guys for coming.
It's been a
Yeah.
pleasure.
Thanks for
Thank you
inviting
for
us.
having us. Yeah.
I'm impressed you
for
guys took
coming on-
time off duty.
I know, on such short notice.
Honestly, Burns is the most likely out of. Actually, no, Max, you go off duty a lot as well, right? I think I'm probably the least
Sometimes.
likely to be off duty out of the three of us.
I know when you were so ready to join us, I was really impressed. You were just like,
Yeah.
heck yeah, I'm down.
Well, I don't mind going off duty at all if I have stuff to go do, but like, I have all of my Mosley's rep and stuff now, and it was basically the only thing that I was actually going off duty to get. So yeah, now it's kind of like I just go off duty and drive about a little bit, and that's about it.
Yeah, more community events would be very cool.
We're
Yeah,
working
Maddie and
on it.
Odie.
We're working on it.
I went to the one that Fruit Gang did, like Fruit Bash or whatever the fuck it was, the fight club like thing that they did on the beach.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and was very conflicted very quickly because ballers and police got in a shootout at the event, and I was
Yeah,
like,
I
"Oh,
was
okay, what do I
there,
do
yeah.
here?" As I'm stood there with a gun in my pocket, like, do I just like help or? But I decided not to because I probably shouldn't.
Yeah, you get put in weird situations like that.
Yeah, it's difficult sometimes with the conflict stuff that does happen. It gets quite tricky.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
working in the Pug and Fish earlier, and two people came up and took a hostage right in front of me as I was serving them.
Oh yeah, that happens quite a bit. They
Yeah.
try to get me sometimes. I'm like, no, I'm. If you want a government employee,
It's like, that's not a
and
good
and
idea.
then they skip like, no, we don't want you.
Yeah, the one time or the first time I went off duty, I immediately got taken as a hostage, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm an off-duty police officer," and they're like, I was like, "But yeah, full send it, fuck it." And then we took a tour of the entire island from every single 24/7 from top to bottom. And they finally were just like, they finally just let me go. They're like, "We can't find what we're looking for." I was like, "All right."
Off-duty officers, I believe, is fine anyway. Like it's if we're on duty, that it becomes
we
a
got
problem.
clarification on that recently. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, person has to
Earlier
be signed in on
today,
duty.
I got taken as a hostage along with Paul Köhler, and
That shit was
Leon was also
crazy.
there.
Yeah. I was like, "Don't touch a hair on her head."
You were being a true hero.
You leave our owner alone.
How dare they? I wasn't even around.
I know. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming again. It has been good. I enjoyed it.
Very welcome.
Yeah, we've been really wanting a PD episode.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
we'll have to try and work on Pete and get Pete involved in one for
Oh
you.
my god, yeah.
Please,
been
can
trying.
we?
It's always a maybe. He's a busy ass chief.
He is, yeah. He's probably the busiest man in PD, to be honest.
Well, thank you for coming.
No problem. Thank you for having us.
Of course.
You don't have to
I-
salute, we're not on duty, pal.
I like saluting.
It's just their thing.
Yeah, fair enough.
Also, I think Sugar's in her head, so you know it's
No.
we can't really cut. So this is gonna be the cut.
Yep.
Fade to black.